Hello guys, I am Arslan and I'm your chemistry tutor. And today our topic is redox reaction. And this topic is in our IMAT syllabus. And if you see on the screen, so the examiner, the MUR, has mentioned that their topic is oxidation and reduction, oxidation number, concept of oxidant and reducing agent, and balancing simple reaction. So this syllabus is of redox reaction, and if you see the number of questions which appears every year in the IMAT from the redox reaction, they are so more in number. So if you look at in the 2025 IMAT, there was two questions from the redox reaction, and in IMAT 24, one question, and from 2011 to 2025 there are lots of questions from this small chapter, and it is one of the easy chapter. So today we will start this topic. Okay, so this is our first lecture about redox reaction. Now let's try to understand what is redox reaction. So, whenever any chapter or any topic comes in front of you, so the first thing what you have to do is just to understand what that topic is wants to understand. Okay, what that topic is telling you to understand. That is the main thing. So if you see, this is the redox reaction. Okay, I'm erasing the reaction part. So if you see, redox has red and ox. Red stands for reduction and ox stand for oxidation. Now, don't worry about what is reduction, what is oxidation. So, simply the bookish definition of these two things is reduction is gain of electron. Gain of electrons is reduction. And what is the definition of oxidation in books? It is loss of electron. But one thing is missing over here. These definitions are bookish definition. And in this chapter, we will just focus only on these two things. So we have to understand, we have to make some tricks by which we can determine what is reduction, what is oxidation. Now let's try to understand that part. Now let's see what is reduction and what is oxidation. So here we will not focus on the bookish language just because in IMAT or in other competitive exam, they would ask the exact definition of the reduction and the oxidation. And so it is so important to have that knowledge that reduction is gain of electron and oxidation is loss of electrons. But we have to understand what is this. Okay, gain of electron. Okay, we know it is a gain of electron and oxidation is loss of electron. But exactly what it is. Now, if the charge, if the charge is decreasing, if the charge is decreasing, then we consider it as a reduction. If the charge is increasing, we consider as oxidation. Now, let's take an example of these two things. Okay, so I'm putting these two definition in the bracket. Now, focus here. If I have M and now the M becomes M minus 1. So it is neutral. Okay, now it becomes minus 1. So if you see, so it is the reduction case in which the charge is decreased. Or if you are not understanding with this, now wait. You have to keep in your mind this table: plus 5, plus 4, plus 3, plus 4, okay, plus 3, plus 2, plus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and so on. Okay, so just keep this table in your mind. If you goes from up to down, if the charge is plus 5 initially but it becomes plus 4, then it is always the case of reduction. If 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 the value is going from minus 5 or the biggest number to the positive side, then it is always oxidation. Now let's try to understand with some examples. So if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I have plus 5 initially, but now this plus 5 becomes plus 4, it is reduction case. If you see, this side is of reduction. So initially it was plus 5, but now it is plus 4. So it is reduction. If it is plus 3, now it becomes minus 3. It is a case of reduction. Now let's take our examples of the oxidations. If something in initial was minus 5, but finally it becomes plus 1, it is a case of oxidation. If there is minus 2 in initially but it becomes 0, then it is oxidation. If something was minus 1 but it becomes plus 5, it is a case of oxidation. So what you have to keep in your mind, just keep a bookish language in your mind, that reduction is gain of electron and the oxidation is loss of electron. But at the same time you have to keep in your mind that how to determine by just seeing the reaction, that that where is the reduction is happening or where is the oxidation is happening. Simple logic without complication. If the charge is decreasing, then it is reduction. If the charge is increasing, then it is a case of oxidation. And these are few examples. Okay, just keep this table in your mind. If you are not able to do it like this without this table, so just whenever you are solving the reduction and oxidation questions, so just make a table just on your page and just try to solve it with the table. Okay, so if you are going from plus to negative values, or if the value is decreasing, then it is reduction. But if the charge or if the value is increasing, then it is oxidation. Okay guys, here are some questions related to reduction and oxidation, and I think these questions are so easy for you now to determine which reaction is the reduction reaction and which is oxidation. So if you focus on the first reaction, so if there is no charge, it means it is neutral. What does the neutral means? Is without any charge, so we consider it as a 0. Okay, plus 0. Okay, so now initially it was 0 but now it is minus 1. If you see the table, if you are not able to solve these reactions directly, don't worry, there is no need. Okay, just make this type of table. Okay, so it was 0 and now it becomes minus 1. So it was 0, now it becomes minus 1. It is reduction case, so this reaction is of reduction. Now let's come to the second reaction. It is m plus 3. So initially it was plus 3 but now it is plus 2. See, this is the reduction reaction. Now let's come to the third part. Initially it was minus 1 but now it is minus 3. So it was minus 1 and now it becomes minus 3. So it is a reduction. Okay. Now let's come to the fourth example. So initially it was plus 2 charge on m but now it becomes minus 3. Plus 2 but now it is minus 3. See, this is also a reduction case. Now let's come to the fifth, sixth, seventh. It was neutral, 0 without any charge, but now it becomes plus 3. It was 0 but now it becomes plus 3, so it is an oxidation case. Now let's come to the sixth part. Initially it was minus 2 but now it becomes plus 5. initially minus 2, but now it becomes plus 5 here. So it is oxidation. Now let's come to the seventh part, that is minus 4 initially, but it becomes minus 2. Minus 4 initially, but it becomes minus 2. So it goes like this. So it is also a case of oxidation. I think the oxidation and the reduction and the definition of redox reaction is clear for you.